Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Stephanie Connell. I'm a senior research analyst at Data Driven Detroit. Today we're going to be talking about why does data matter. At Data Driven Detroit, we work to make data accessible and easier to understand for all members of our community. But why is what we're doing so important? We're taking a look at why data matters and what impact it can have on decision making for individuals, organizations, and communities alike. First, I'll start with defining why data matters, and then provide a working example and take some time to answer any questions you might have. First, let's talk about some key points that make data and a clear understanding of it useful. Accurate facts and figures and the analysis of them can provide insights about the world around us, giving concrete information on how it existed in the past, how it's changed in the present, and how it might be shaped for the future. Data consists of measurable, verifiable facts, which can be used to support other information that's been collected and make credible decisions. Data also becomes even more useful as more of it is collected and combined to reveal new facts and trends. Every person's story can be told to some extent in terms of data patterns. Seeing data in the form of numbers, and especially in the form of visualizations, like this graphic that shows how much time of each workday is spent doing various activities, can reveal larger patterns that occur in your day-to-day life. Data can teach you about your household, your neighborhood, or your community. It can also provide insights into your work patterns, organizations, and other aspects of your job, giving you the ability to make more data-informed decisions. Understanding data doesn't just help you identify patterns, but it can also help you to understand underlying trends. With a better understanding of what is happening, you can start to ask why and take an educated approach to continued research. Organizations, for instance, can use data that they've collected to make smarter decisions and find and allocate the best resources in the most useful way for increasing awareness, capacity, production, etc. Next, we're going to look at a real-world example of how collecting the right data can make a big difference in the successful operation of an organization. So let's consider a neighborhood food pantry. This food pantry collects sign-in sheets from people who visit as a means of identifying who they're able to serve and how often. They also have the ability to use basic census data in order to better understand the community they serve and its needs. Over time, it becomes apparent that out of 100 households under the poverty line, 40 are regular visitors and 20 only visit occasionally. This also leaves 40 households under the poverty line that could benefit from the food pantry service that don't visit at all. Wanting to understand the community better, the executive director of the food pantry turned to basic census data that's available about the neighborhood. This data reveals a potential gap in the food pantry's understanding of the community. Out of the 100 households facing poverty in the neighborhood, 70% are Spanish-speaking, 30% are Arabic-speaking. This provides an opportunity for the executive director to find out more about who's currently being helped by the food pantry and take action to serve even more households. Data matters most when it's used to take action. So the executive director uses this newly found information about languages spoken to collect better data for planning next steps by adding a language question to the sign-in sheet. After several weeks, the sign-in sheets are reviewed and they reveal that only Spanish speakers are coming to the food pantry. The executive director now has 3 key pieces of data. First, only 60% of neighborhood households visit the food pantry. Second, 30% of neighborhood households are Arabic-speaking and 70% are Spanish-speaking. Third, 100% of food pantry customers are Spanish-speaking. This information reveals that the next step is to brainstorm ways to research and ultimately serve the significant Arabic-speaking population, which is currently not visiting the food pantry. Thanks to accurate data, the food pantry is able to make more and efficient and effective work out of new outreach efforts, including adding Arabic translation services and making cultural awareness efforts among the employees in the community. In short, having this data provided this organization with the opportunity to address their issues, not serving as many of their neighborhood as possible, more quickly and effectively than if they would have been able to without this information available. We work hard to help our community make the most of data. These steps are how people and organizations can make the most out of data and how D3 operates. We start by bringing together data from hundreds of different sources, providing a large pool of data to examine. Next, we examine what these data can tell us about the questions being asked by our community. Finally, we use the data to help frame our understanding of problems and leverage that understanding as a tool to help shape our world and improve the quality of life for members of our community. We're using Data University and these virtual Data University sessions to help translate what we do into actionable steps for you. If you have questions about what D3 does in the community, you can always reach out to us at askd3@datadrivendetroit.org. Thanks for joining me for this Data University session. Have a great day.